again, I don't think this year was the year for anybody to beat the Warriors. I don't think it was the year for anybody because, like,
that's a good
the
team.
Warriors,
that's a good team.
Like, when KD came there, it created such a gap between them and the rest of the league. I think the gap is closing now. I think, like, this is like second year of it. Anytime you win year 2 of anything, people start to figure it out. Right. Even with technology, people start to figure out things as time goes. So I don't think any of these teams had the pieces, but they were all still missing something and were like a year away from being able to really compete with the Warriors. But I thought the Thunder were a team that could possibly get maybe 2 games in the series against the Warriors, and I'm fucking entertained at that point. Right. If you win 2 games against somebody,
it's a series.
It's a series.
I mean, that's 6 games.
6 games. Yeah. All I wanted was some resistance. I do not want to turn on the playoffs and they sweep everybody. That shit is boring. But with Roberson being hurt, that even messes you up for the future. The patella tendon, for people that don't know, that's the bone. Well, that's the ligament that connects your kneecap to your tibia. So basically your knee to your shin. So you tear something like that, I don't even know if you're gonna come back the same defensively. Like, can you still stay in front of people? Like, I don't know if you're gonna even come back the same. So that's a huge injury, not even just for this year, but for going forward, which is what I'm really thinking about with the Thunder. Again, I didn't think this year was the year for them, but I thought next year could be the year that they could possibly take that step and get to the finals.
Okay, all right, okay. So in terms of, my thoughts on this, I agree with all the points that you guys made. Don't get me wrong. I definitely agree with all the points that have been made. I'm not disagreeing with any other points that have been made. I think that Roberson is a key guy for them on the defense. But I think that although prayers out to Roberson, it definitely sucks to see that injury happen. I think that this for the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to wind up being, although it's a terrible event, I'm not trying to. It's going to be a blessing in disguise for them because I think that Terrence Ferguson is going to be.
He's good.
Is going. I think that the thing about T. Ferg is that he plays with the reckless abandon that you need from a rookie. That when you need him to step up, right? So that same dog you see in Jason Tatum. That same thing where when he gets the ball, he doesn't look timid. He's ready to take the shot. He's doing windmills and shit in Staples Center. He's not scared of the moment. And I think from that perspective, that's what they needed from someone that's in their shooting guard position. You would hope for that for Oladipo, but the thing is, Oladipo can't stretch the floor enough. Right. So that's why Oladipo and Russ.
He can't.
He did go out and get better. But also,
he got Bria Miles. Shout out to Bria Miles.
Yes, shout out to Bria Miles. But also with Victor Oladipo, with a player like Russ, their games are very, very similar. And Russ is not the type of player that's willing to kind of take a step back to let someone with a similar game to him for them to be on the same level. With Melo and PG, it works because they have completely different games than Russ. They have completely different games than him. Although Melo's more isolation heavy and so is PG, they have a completely different game. So from that perspective, yes, it's a big deal. Yes, it's bad. Yes, it's going to hurt them in the playoffs. But I think having Terrence Ferguson get a chance to really step up, show who he is, show that he can actually step up and make big plays, I think that he'll come up huge for them. And the thing about it is that what I think people won't realize is that as long as he can come in stepping into that starting role and give you more than 5 points a game and shoot better than 40% from the field and 30% from the 3, he's better offensively than Roberson. You have a top 5 defense. You can account for Roberson missing. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it is going to hurt. But you can account for it, which is also the reason why I tweeted on Saturday that I think that the Thunder should try and go out and get Ken Bazemore. I think Ken Bazemore, he's technically been like a top 5, top 10 defensive guard in the NBA this year. He can score. Bazemore. He would be a great guy for them to be in the shooting guard. He's got that dog in him. He wants to beat the Warriors because clearly it didn't work out at Golden State. He's also an Under Armour guy, and he could also be a great, that'll also be a big moment for him on that team. Yeah. Why not? I think that the situation with Thunder will be interesting going forward, but I think that overall it's a good thing for the Thunder and that they'll figure it out.
The thing about Roberson is that even though, yes, he is a bad offensive player, I've seen him be utilized effectively offensively. Like, Roberson has really good hands. Like, this is somehow, like, Roberson can really catch, and he's not a bad finisher. You can make Roberson a threat offensively even though he can't score. And I think that Billy Donovan doesn't do that enough sometimes. Like, again, keep him honest. Run some set plays for Roberson. Run some cuts, some dives, some handoffs. Like, you can keep them honest with Roberson because, again, Roberson has really good hands. So, yes, granted, even though he can't shoot worth anything and you don't have to guard him on the perimeter at all, still, the fact that he has good hands makes him at least a weapon offensively. So this is going to hurt. But again, yes, I really do like Terrence Ferguson. Terrence Ferguson was a McDonald's All-American. I think if he would have went to college, there would be a lot more people talking about Terrence Ferguson right now. And also, one thing that you didn't bring up, he shoots 75% from the free throw line. Roberson is god awful from free throw line. So at the end of the game, you can't even keep him on the court. You can at least keep him on the court. I think going forward, he and Steven Adams are the main pieces as to why if I'm Paul George, I say
Steven.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Paul's gone no matter what.
Why? Okay.